Push record. Super. Okay, so the 2021 business meeting is called to order at 10:09. That's not too bad. Only 9 minutes late. Okie doke. Next, we have the approval of the minutes. Rachel.
Hi, yes. The 2019 business meeting minutes from New Orleans were compiled by Caroline Westnitzer, but I just need a motion to approve those minutes. Can we get them posted in the comments? I think, Marsha, were you going to do that? We're going to post the minutes in the comments? Was that something you were going to do?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Yes, I've been trying to do that too. I will put that, I may just copy and paste them because it won't let me actually share the document because it's a file. But they were sent to you via email as well.
It's been a long time since 2019 New Orleans conference.
Seems like a lifetime.
It does.
Okay. I am having nothing but technical issues this morning, you guys.
I can see if I can get it done. I think I have the link.
Very sorry. It won't even paste for me in there right now.
Can I just post the Google Drive link? Is that gonna
Yeah,
work?
if you have a Google, if it'll let you, it wouldn't let me actually do that.
Okay. Okay, so I posted a Google Drive link. I'm not sure if it's going to be open and accessible to everyone, Marsha, but we'll see. So anyway, if you want to try to open that up, and again, they were emailed to everyone. So what I can do is I can get a motion in a second, and then there can be room for discussion.
Our motion to approve the minutes of the meeting from the 2019 conference.
Thank you, Helen. A second.
I want to make it clear that anybody, you don't have to be a board member to make motions during this meeting. Anyone can make a motion, and you can do that by just raising your hand in the video.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you, Sue. Okay, now we have room for discussion, so people can feel free to open it up. If you haven't already, take a look at it. I believe Marsha has the best access to editing. Again, because the board member who compiled these minutes is not a current board member, but
Yes, I do have access if something needs to be changed, if there's anything.
so
Otherwise, you can call a vote.
great.
Okay. So if there's no discussion, and if you are not on the board, if you may also vote by raising your hand. So all in favor of accepting the 2019 minutes, say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Give me a moment to count, please, because the way that Zoom is set up right now, I can't see everyone.
But also put in the chat that you agree to it.
You, Greta, Stacy, I'm assuming. Krista, Ruka. Does anyone who's not on camera want to type in the chat?
I'm not really ready to vote. I don't, it wasn't in that master email, and I don't, when I click the link, it says I don't have access to the file. So
I just gave you access, Krista.
yeah, I just want to vote yes if I haven't actually.
You can abstain, it's okay. Did we get all the ayes?
I believe so. I counted 5. If no one's gonna type it.
You see that Kendra raised her hand?
I do not have access to seeing that.
Kendra raised her hand virtually.
Okay.
And that's it.
I'm gonna give Krista just one more minute to review. And then I'll call for nays.
Krista, I see your question. Can you check your regular email? There was an email sent out to all members earlier this week, inviting them to the business meeting, and it had the minutes in it.
Thank you. I was like, not sure where to find it, but I'm in now. So yeah.
Okay. Okay, so do we have the,
I have a yay count. Can I get a nay count? If anyone does not approve the minutes as written, can you raise your hand or type into the chat? Again, I'm scrolling through to see people. I have 0 nay count. Do I have an abstention? People who are not going to choose to vote on the record. Again, let me scroll, please.
Krista says her vote is yes. She reviewed it.
So I have a 6 yay, 0 nay, 0 abstain. Laura, if you want to call the motion.
So the motion is approved to accept the 2019 minutes from the business meeting of 2019. Okay, moving right along to the presence report. I'll try to keep it short and sweet, but we have done so much in the last year, and especially since the last business meeting. The one thing I wanted to point out in particular is the continued increased communication with our membership. And I think it's really a goal of a mission of the board in particular to increase our communication and our outreach to not just our members, but beyond that. We see the value of meeting virtually. I would love to be with you all in person, of course, but there certainly is, we've seen the value now of having a conference virtually. And even when we meet, we get to meet in person, which I can't wait for. Having the option of having a virtual option makes it possible to have people who can't meet in person for whatever reason, health reasons, geographical reasons, work schedule reasons. There's just so many things. And so I think we're seeing the benefits of having more things available virtually, the benefits of reaching out in so many different ways and translating our exams to different languages, to having chapters in different areas and in different countries, and in different languages. And so much of what we're doing across the board is about reaching out to new people and new avenues, and bringing more people into the fold, I think is just so important. And I think you'll hear across all the different reports today that that's kind of a core mission of our INA now, is to take on what wonderful things have come before us in the INA and expand on that, and bring that to a broader base of people. And I just wanted to kind of tie that all together. We've continued with our monthly presence report, which brings to the membership what we've been doing. We've been having much more of a presence on social media, on Twitter, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, with emails. We're really trying to get the message out there that we're doing some good things, and people should get involved. And we're having so many things be available, not just to members, but to non-members, and things that are for free. so that they can get a flavor of all the wonderful things that we have to offer. And I just think that that's a really important step that we have taken over the past year to make those offerings available. Anyway, so what else have we specifically done? Well, the awards this year, the NOTI, the Meritorious Service, and the Service Award pins will be given out on one day in May because we did not have a regular conference. So we're going to have a one big hullabaloo awards day on May 22nd. And they will be announced via Facebook Live and afterwards on YouTube. So get excited to hear of all our great recipients. Our board nomination process was really tweaked this year. We made it, I want to say more difficult, but we wanted to really hone in on the skills that were needed for the board. So we had board members, both present members and new people on the board, fill out questionnaires about why they wanted to be on the board and what their strengths were, so that we really could get the creme of the crop on the board. And the nomination committee was fabulous in, whittling down what was, who were the best people for the board. And you'll be hearing that announcement, I think, on Monday, who's on the new board and who the executive committee is going to be. One really big project that we did was we hired a nonprofit association coach to help us go over our bylaws. Our bylaws had not been looked at for at least 10 years. And you could tell, that they really weren't up to the technological standards of 2021. And so she helped us with a small group from the board go through line by line and have us tell us, what were the standards, what were the best practices of other nonprofits of our size, and helped us make decisions about how we wanted to do things. And we made some significant changes that we think will help our board going forward. Some of those changes were the elimination of the second VP position. The reason for that is the second VP really didn't have much of a role in our the way we were set up, and financially to have one more executive position that we had to pay for an additional meeting just didn't make sense. So now we have a president or co-president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer. We also created term limits for board members and for executive board members. So we're not going to have someone who gets in the position and stays there forever. My husband says, praise the Lord. And the reason for that is simple. We want to have new blood. We want to bring in new ideas and not stalemate, in anything. So we are going to have terms of 8 consecutive years for any board member. And after that, they have to step down for at least 1 year. They can run again after that time if they so choose, but 8 years is going to be the length of time that they can serve. We're also going to do the board terms that coincide with our fiscal year. So instead of having board members start at the spring board meeting as we've always done, we're going to have them start with our fiscal year so that they're doing the budgeting alongside. It just made sense that the new board would start with the new fiscal year. So they're responsible for planning for the fiscal year. It just made sense. So our board installation this year will be on August 1st, and going forward, the board will be installed on August 1st. And then lots of small details that we had in the P&P, or we had in the bylaws, really belonged in the P&P, because the bylaws are supposed to be a long-term document and the P&P is supposed to be the working document. So we kind of fixed all those sort of things. And then the one thing I'm really excited about is we're going to be creating a governance committee that's going to be run by our vice president or vice presidents. And It will be responsible for the overall health, effectiveness, and continued development of the board of directors. So basically, it's going to make sure that the board is continually doing their job, keeping up with the committees, that it's healthy. And I think it's going to be, that was one of the recommendations of the person that we hired. And I think it's a really good one. And I think this year coming up, they'll be developing and implementing that new governance committee. And I think it'll make a huge difference in the health of the board going forward. So I'm going to skip a couple of things because other people are going to be talking about it. I did want to bring up the COVID survey that we did. We did a survey that went out to nannies, NCSs, and businesses to kind of gauge what happened during the COVID time, how they were affected. And the I know that NBC, I think it was NBC News that picked it up and did a story about it. It has been used, and it has been good information to have that. We had a new staff member, unfortunately, Julie Morgan, who we absolutely adore. She has left us after 2 years and to take on another position within the industry. So she's not gone forever. And we hired someone equally fabulous. Her name is Erin Elkins, and she's going to be our new administrative assistant. And she already has come up with some fabulous ideas. I think you all are going to just absolutely love Erin, and I can't wait for you to meet her. I think it was a little bit too early. She lives in California, so a little too early for you to meet her. If she hops on later, we'll introduce you. But I think you're going to absolutely love Erin, and she's getting caught up with all the INA stuff really quickly. The summit was very well received. I think that was a real hit. It wasn't without its bumps, but we learned a whole heck of a lot, and we're learning more and more about the importance of offering virtual education and virtual opportunities for people. So that was important. We continue with our town halls as I talk about this communication and being available. I think the monthly town halls have been a real opportunity for people to meet in small groups in different time zones with different people running them. They've been another way for people to communicate. So overall, we have been super, super busy and we have some great plans for the future, which I will talk about later on, but I'm real excited about the things we have coming up. But before that, let me send you to Stacy Steelman with the Treasurer's Report.
Good morning, everybody. It's early. Yes, it's early in California, but I still showed up today to give you the Treasurer Report. And forgive me for presenting from my car because I'm already at the soccer field for my little guy this morning. But I am proud and excited to give our financial update. As always, it was a very challenging year, as you all know, and we are very fortunate to have such a strong foundation and strong membership base, amazing board, and unbelievable office team that holds everything together. And we were able to pull through this pandemic in a really nice financial position. Much to the credit of Marcia Hall, running an unbelievable shop behind the scenes, making sure that our summit was structured the right way, and we had a really fantastic year. So to get to the details, today our bank balance is $81,000. There should be a chart pulled up on the screen. I see it. Yep. The chart down below is the cash flow forecasting system that I use that lays out our budget. And this is a graph of the next 5 years of actually 4 years of the cash flow for the INA. So after I draft the budgets annually, I map it out in this cash flow forecast system, so I can see what our cash looks like over the course of, if we maintain our budget. And this is the beginning balance is $81,000, and you can see it's just going slightly up. We're never making a huge profit at the INA. We're not in the business of profit. We're in the business of stability and putting the money back into the organization. This budget doesn't reflect future conference information because as of right now, we don't have those budget details for the future, but without conference, this is what our financials look like, starting at $81,000 in the bank, continuing in a positive direction over the course of the next 4 years. We do not have any debt. We did pay off a chunk of debt this year of about $20,000 that I was holding on to for quite some time, especially after the first round of COVID shutdowns. I was definitely hoarding cash for the organization, but I was confident after the success of Summit and the foundation of the membership revenue that we were able to pay that off. So we did pay that off this year. Our year-to-date net profit was $22,000, which in turn I applied directly towards our debt. And our budget net was to be $23,000. So you can see we're just $1,000 off, which is unbelievable this year. Membership numbers, as I mentioned, are excellent. They are better than I have ever seen in my time on the board. The conference performance was unbelievable in terms of the way it was laid out, the budget, how it was adhered to. Our sponsors were unbelievable and supportive of us during this time. And the overall financial health of the organization has been excellent. And we hope to continue in that direction with the support of our membership, our committees, our board, our sponsors, and just the overall direction we're moving in is terrific. So thank you for allowing me to serve. I hope everybody is doing well, and I hope to see you all soon in person. Thank you.
Thank you, Stacy. Okay. Well, now we get into our committee reports, and I'm so proud of everyone who's speaking, but everyone on the board who has done such tremendous jobs in their committees, and it's been really an exciting year to watch everyone work so hard to make a positive impact on the INA. And the first speaker is going to be Kate Matievich.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for having me. The Ambassador Program launched chapters this year. And while our very first meeting in California was a little bit of a rough start, it was still very successful. Daniel and Stacy presented a little bit about their businesses and how they pivoted, with COVID and how they can help support the industry. And the content was well received. There were some hiccups with technology. And since that very first meeting, we have repaired that. So the team members are using the INA Zoom account to conduct the meetings, which has been very helpful because they can just log in, get set up, and go for it and not have any complications with their own Zoom accounts or if they're not Zoom members. So that's been great. We did have a little bit of feedback on language. So since a couple of our meetings had some poor language use, we have, as a team, spoken about making sure everyone has, just their best foot forward at every meeting and presenting themselves respectfully to each other. And that's gone really well. We've had some great topics presented, and our team as a whole continues to succeed themselves with their presentations. I have had discussions with Marsha and Laura about potentially recording just the presentation of our meetings, not anything of discussion or otherwise afterwards, because the team as a whole really thought that the people that could not attend the meetings were missing out on such valuable information. So Laura and I talked extensively about what that meant for, you know, privacy and confidentiality. And, you know, we just want to really respect all of the people joining the meeting, and we want everyone to feel really comfortable. So long as the presenter agrees to be recorded in the presentation part of the meeting, we will record it, and then moving forward, you know, allow it for a very short amount of time for the public to see, and then it will become a member benefit that you get to have access to that content from your member portal at the time. But the meetings have had no less than 8 participants per meeting, and then upwards from there. There's been great discussion amongst each other and their peers. And actually every meeting has gone over their time limit of 2 hours. So everyone was really nervous, like, how am I going to get through the 2 hours? And every single meeting has gone over the 2 hours. So very proud, very excited. And, you know, this year we did agree to stay virtual for the entire year because it is so unknown. So we just wanted to make sure that we were all not trying to scramble to figure out how to do this in person. So yeah, so it's been a great success.
And I will just say that the feedback that we've gotten has been phenomenal. That the presentations have been absolutely top notch, and that people who have attended have had nothing but the best things to say. So if anything, we just need to market it more, because the people who aren't attending are missing out on something that's really great. You've done a wonderful job with this, Kate, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, next up is Emily Rowland. Emily can't be with us today. She had some surgery, and so she is recuperating at home, but she is going to join us via video. So here is Emily.
Good morning, INA board and members. I'm here today to talk to you about what the exam committee has been doing this past year in my first term as a board member for the INA. So this year we set out to translate our basic skills exam, and we got that into 15 languages in addition to the 2 that we already had it in. So now the BSA exam is in 17 different languages on our website, and I'm really excited about it. I brought on 3 more committee members. Helen McCarthy, who is also the 2nd VP for the INA, and I also brought on Anna Feline and Giovanni Baffi. And so together we have gotten so much done, I feel, on this, along with the team of translators, 2 from each language. So we ended up with 30 members of our team working so well, and then in tandem with the office to get everything scheduled on done and on time. So very excited about that. And then with our NANI credentialed exam, we just got that to where it can be translated. We removed the essay question and we put in 30 more questions, also with the help of with Helen McCarthy as well. And then we also had help with Angela Riggs, who overlooked it, made sure that there was no grammatical spelling errors, and that the sentences and questions made sense and all of that. So we are very happy to unveil now that the NANI credentialed exam that has been waiting for a long time to get it done is actually being released as well. It should have happened a few days ago, but this is my little video to show you what the exam committee has been doing this past year, and I'm excited to show you guys what all we've gotten done. Have a great board meeting, and nice to see you all.
Thank you, Emily. Yeah, it's really exciting that we have moved forward, and we have lots more plans to move forward. with all of our exams getting translated into different languages, and it will not cost any more. You can order it in any language you want, and it does not cost the test taker any additional to take it in a different language, which is great. Okay, next up we have Ruka talking about diversity. So excited about diversity committees, our new committees, and it's so important to us. So Ruka?
Good morning, INA. That was a nice way of being introduced with the sound
Yeah.
and my own intro. I think I'm Ruka Kure. This was my first year on the board. And the one thing I will say is just that being part of the diversity committee was something that was really important for me, which is probably one of the reasons that I actually joined the INA board. But they've done a lot. This committee is headed by Sue Downey, who is doing the most. She's absolutely amazing. And this is something that's really important to her, as well as several other committee members. We have a committee that has at least 10 people that try to show up to the meetings on a monthly basis, bi-monthly basis. And there's a lot that we have been doing. When this committee started, it was a task force, and the board has voted to make it a committee. So it's going to be a staple and part of the INA's committees, and something that anyone can join anytime. If you feel like this is something you want to include yourself in and be part of, your voice is important. Being part of this is important. So we are really excited to have this committee, because we understand that in order to make INA a more inclusive and diverse organization, we have to have the resources available for individuals when it comes to diversity, equity, and inclusion. And this is what we've been doing. So for the past year, we have been able to host a series of diversity webinars, which have been great. This is something you can go on our YouTube channel to find. It's available to you. One of the things that has been really important is with the diversity committee, we're working with different committees, like the marketing committee. One of the great things that you just heard from Emily is that now we're in 17 languages. The diversity of having, other ways, especially as the International Nanny Association, is to make it that exams are something that you have access to. We want people to have access. We want them to have resources. We want them to have conversations, and we want them to feel more inclusive and included. So this is something that we have been working very hard to do. And everything from soliciting blogs from members of the community, having open discussions, having this conversation in the town hall. We've done it at the summit where there was a diversity there was a way for Aline and Sue to discuss diversity, which was awesome and amazing. We just want this to be something that will never stop. It's slow. We know that we're coming to this a little late, but this is not something we're going to stop doing. One of the things I was really excited about this year was this Nanny Recognition Week slideshow, where we connected with Emory University to have, pay homage to the women, especially women of color, who have been part of the nanny industry for a really long time. We're talking about going from slavery to the help to becoming a career nanny, and showing the progression of how these amazing women really paved the way for the nanny industry. And we wanted to do that. And I thought that to me was something that I thought was really bright and amazing, and we were really excited about. But this won't stop. We're not stopping. We're trying to create resources. We're trying to work with other committees, especially the marketing committee. We want it where the vernacular for this and the language for INA, when you think of INA, I want people to think about inclusion. When you think of INA, I want you to think of international. What is international? Everyone, meaning we're trying to have a way for everyone to feel like they're connected to this world, from the nannies to the NCSs to the businesses. We don't want you to ever feel like you're not being heard. So there's ways that you can email, there's ways that you can connect, but join the committee, be part of the conversation, and we're here. We're going to continue to do this, and I'm really, really excited to do so. Any questions? Have a good day.
Thank you, Ruka. Yes, the committee is so important to us. overall. And you're doing great things, and there are great things to come, and we definitely appreciate it. Okay, and we bring it to Sue talking about education. You're muted.
Sorry. Hi, so I'm Sue Downey, and this year with the Education Committee, it was a lot of working with different committees, as Ruka said, with the diversity and also some general things. It's been an unusual year, so we haven't had traditional workshops, a lot of the traditional workshops that we were having, but we've done some amazing stuff with workshops. We had several panel conversations as well as a bunch of other COVID related workshops, which have been very well received, including, like I said, a couple of panels. Also, we had tax companies come in and talk about the financial ramifications of what's going on, especially in the US. We had a doctor come in and talk about the COVID vaccine, which was one of our highest attended webinars, I think, in the history of the webinars that we've had. It wasn't able to be recorded, but it was great information in a timely way, so people could ask questions, because that's going to affect nannies a lot. So, and then we had the diversity series webinars. So what we're looking at now, and you'll see in May, it's reflected, we're pivoting back to more of our traditional offerings from the Education Committee, more childcare, professional development, and things like that, because I think we're kind of on the other side of some of that right now, we hope. So watch for more of those. Our goal is to always have members sharing their expertise. So please, if you feel that you have something to share, feel free to reach out to us and make a proposal, do a webinar. The nice thing about INA, I feel, is that we have literally hundreds of experts on any given topics, whether it's agency topics or agencies that want to help nannies with like interviewing skills or resume skills, or nannies who have immense amounts of information on day-to-day things and expertise, and NCSs that could explain to me a million things I don't know about babies, even though I've been doing this for a million years. So if you have an expertise and you'd like to, it's easy. We will walk you through it. We'll stand by you, but it's a great way to stretch yourself a little, but also help other members of the organization. So we have the webinars. We also, I'm very excited. So this grew out of the diversity committee, but it's going to actually be a huge educational project in that we're building a INA resource library. So there'll be a page on the website. In fact, I think it's already there, where you can click and you can access different resources that we recommend. It's a bunch of different sort of links. There's YouTube videos, there's book suggestions, a bunch of different ways that you can access information. And right now we're filling it with links from other sources, but eventually the idea will be to build resources from our expertise as an organization and from our members, like all of you who have this expertise. The goal is that someday a parent who needs a little help will be able to go to the INA resource library and find out not only about sleep schedules with infants, but also how to hire a nanny, how to pay legally, all of those things. And then our members also will be able to, and even our non-members will be able to go and look and see INA is a place where you can find trusted, valuable information. So I'm super excited about that. And I think that's it from the Education Committee right now.
Awesome. Thank you, Sue. You do a great job. And also, you have the monthly, I know it's Caregiver Mentor, but the monthly, if you could just mention that real briefly.
Oh, sure. So the Facebook group, we do the Mentorship Mondays. So the third Monday in the month, typically we post questions and we look for our members to discuss and share their thoughts on everything from play to resumes to teamwork to whatever. And it often coincides. INA has a sort of monthly theme every month that we've been trying to sort of put into play, where we offer up blog posts and things in the Facebook group that inspire you and help you in your day-to-day work, and it all sort of ties together in a theme. So check, if you're not a member of the Facebook group, you're really missing out, because that group is really becoming more and more active and a source of information and community, which is hard right now. So please join the Facebook group.
I really like that, because it's not an expert telling you what to think. It's all of us helping each other and giving ideas and bouncing. So it's a way to for anyone to give their own ideas. And it's I just think it's a neat program. So wanted to say that. Okay, so we're up to next year. We have some exciting plans for next year, and I wanted to highlight a few of them. One, I think you'll be very excited about. We are in the process of planning a brand and website refresh for all of us who use the INA website. It is not the most user-friendly. I know that's shocking to all of you. But it's kind of old. I think it's been about the same for the last 5 years, and it really needs to be updated. And so Marcia has done a whole lot of work in researching companies and researching, what we can do that's not going to break the bank. And I think we're going to decide this weekend, but I think we are going to choose a company who's going to help us redesign our website into something that's much more user-friendly. And we are going to look at our branding, kind of looking at everything together and make sure that we are doing things in a 2021 way. So that we're not looking at major changes. We're not going to, all of a sudden be a red, white, and blue, organization and get rid of the teal. I don't think it's going to be like that, but we're going to look at things and make sure everything is cohesive, and we're using the same fonts, and we're using the same colors, and everything works together, and it's easy to get to what you need to get to when you go to the website. And I'm really excited about what that's going to look like. So that's something that we're hoping to get done in the next year. And I think it'll really make things a lot easier for anybody, whether you're a member or just somebody off the streets who wants to find out information about, childcare, to navigate our website. As far as the credential exams, we're going to have a change in proctoring. We're still going to have the virtual proctors. We're just going to do it a little bit different way. So look for some information on that. We're just going to use a different kind of a vendor to do that. And we're also planning to translate the next set of exams. So we translated the basic skills exam this year into the 15, now 17 languages. The plan next year is to do the nanny credential exam into more languages, into all those languages. So hopefully that can be done within the next year. And then the following year, we'll probably do the NCS basic skills. And then the year after that, the NCS credential exam. We're hoping to have a 4-year cycle where each exam gets looked at every 4 years, and make sure it's up to date and the most current questions, just like it gets reviewed so that it's always up to date and the language is correct and everything is up to snuff. So that's important. We did start a Facebook group rules group and moderator update. So instead of the board being the moderators of the Facebook group, we now have a a group of non-board members who are going to be moderating the Facebook group. And we think that will be a good thing, because and then they made up some rules as well, not super strict rules, but rules that they thought made sense for the Facebook group. The Facebook group has gotten large and really really good, and it's something that Rachel started a while ago, and it's been a big hit. It's one of the more professional websites, Facebook groups out there. So we just want to make sure that we're keeping it to the high standard that we meant it to be. Along with the brand refresh, we're doing a vision and mission review. So we're making sure that we hone our vision and mission to be what it's meant to be, that we are all on the same page, are working toward the same vision and mission. So that will be coming out in the next year of what we mean to do. We're continuing to make more and more things available virtually. Like I talked about, we're really looking to expand our reach all over the globe, all to underserved communities, to bring all the good things about the INA to people who may not know about the INA or may not have access to the INA, the chapters, all the good things. We're really trying to reach out, and that's kind of an overall goal that we have to break down, but it's something that we're looking to do. Perhaps another summit, perhaps just having the virtual conference as a part of the conference where we actually meet together. There's a lot of different options. And then lastly, we really want to, we're committed to reaching out to the underserved communities. In October of 2020, the INA put out a statement that talked about our commitment to reaching out to underserved communities, and you can access it by going back to, I'm not going to read the whole thing, it's quite lengthy, but we definitely want to reach out and share resources to people who have not felt heard from the INA previously. And it's something that we have intentionally put into everything that we are doing on the INA board. It's an important thing that we come back to in everything that we're doing here. So I feel as though we have a real strong board with real strong intentions to bring the best of the INA to as many people as we possibly can. And I think if we keep that goal foremost in our minds, we have a great future for the INA, while still respecting all the wonderful things that have happened prior to us in the INA. That's the way I see things. And next, Marcia's got some exciting news about the 2022 conference.
Hey, everybody. Just as if you're interested in that full statement, I put it in the chat bar. It's also on our blog, so you can check that out. I wish that I had like some really exciting news, like a location to share with you today, but you know, COVID has been a struggle for a lot of industries. Obviously, the nanny industry has been hit, but the hotel industry and the event industry, specifically in hotel industry, has been hit real hard. Most of the people that Sandy and I would normally reach out to and deal with, they have been furloughed. They have been not in work in the job. So in the last couple of months, they've sort of been slowly coming back. And so Sandy has been able to reach out to them. We have a list of possibilities. So really all I have to share with you today is we are definitely going to be on the West Coast. We're going to be somewhere in the Pacific time zone. I could say that. It may not be like on the ocean, but we'll be on that west part of the United States. We're looking at a lot of different locations. I can't narrow down the dates either. I wish, I feel like all I have is not news for you, but officially it'll be May, April, maybe March. Again, looking at the locations, we want to provide a great time for everybody. So, after 2 years of having had no in-person conference, we're, I think, all really ready to be together. At least we will be in a year from now, hopefully. I know I wish I could go today, but but that's really all that I have for you. I don't have a lot of great information. My expectation is that we will have more information near the end of the summer, early fall. So be on the lookout for that. And obviously we'll give you as much time as we possibly can. And we're looking for the best possible deal this year in a location that everyone is gonna hopefully love. So.
And we are looking towards some place that is easy to fly into, like a hub, and with relatively inexpensive room rates. So we're really trying to make it a fun, nice place, but that's reasonably affordable. So that's a big goal of ours this year. Okay, so this comes up to a tabled motion from 2019, which I'm sure is all fresh in your mind. But to remind you, at the 2019 business meeting, Marion Doherty made a motion that the INA change the website and update it to show the membership conference and taking care of children. So we had tabled it at the time so the board could discuss it and to find out the logistics and the legalities of doing that. We have done that. And so if there is a second for that motion, I would accept that now.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, so now we'll have open discussion about this topic. Anybody, board members or non-board members who would like to discuss this, just raise your hand and you can have a minute each to talk about this if you would like.
I believe that this will be a part of the rebranding of the website. And so I think that we can pass this motion in the sense that this is a process that we're going through right now, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Anybody else like to speak about this? So basically what's going to happen is we are going to be using pictures of real INA members and perhaps even, children of INA members only with an ironclad, I see you, Kenda, just a second, with only, with an ironclad release from anyone who wants to be, and then we will put them in different places in the website. Kenda. You're on mute, yeah.
Where my is not in the dark. I was there when she made that motion, and I think her issue was that there weren't older people. But I totally agree with her motion, and it sounds like you're going to be rebranding anyway and looking at everything. So, yay!
Yeah.
Thanks.
And I think that will be a concern for sure, Kenda, as we look at, because diversity isn't just color of skin, but also so many more things than that. So it definitely will be a concern for how we reimagine the website.
Yes, diversity, age, color, males, females, everything across the globe. We're looking at everything. And so as long as we have, ironclad releases from people that want to be on it, and we have no problem with having actual INA members on the site. Okay, any other discussions? Okay, then we're going to call for a vote. And once again, it can be anyone, doesn't have to be board members. Everyone is welcome to vote. So all in favor of utilizing actual INA members on our website, and it will not be immediate. It will be as we do this brand refresh and this website redesign. Say aye, or raise your hand, or write something in the
Aye.
chat bar. Okay, so we have Rachel, Sue,
Kenda has her hand up. I don't know who Galaxy S8 is.
Kenda, Ruka,
Mute for a second and let us know who you are.
Hi, this is Stacy.
Okay, thanks.
Casey. And Galaxy, who are you?
It's Rachel Lawrence with Galaxy.
Okay. And Kenda and Aline. Greta,
I count 9 currently, 9 ayes. We can move on to nays.
okay. Any opposed to the motion?
I'm lowering the hands of those that
Okay.
hand up for the eyes so that we can, if there's
Right.
anybody, they
Any
can.
opposed?
I'm counting 0 nays.
There's no opposition. Any abstentions? Okay, so it might have taken 2 years, but Mary Ann's motion has passed. We'll have to let her know. And we will get that into the new website design. Okay, wonderful. New business, Krista.
Hello. everybody. Good to see you today. So for new business, I am curious, we are curious, the INA is curious. If anyone has anything they'd like to discuss, any questions or comments for the board?
So Krista, can I just interrupt real quick?
Yes,
We
please.
did ask people to fill out a form.
That's correct.
And I have only one person that had submitted it, and it's actually somebody who wants to speak to the INA about something at our board meeting, not at the business meeting.
Okay.
If you know, I just wanted to let you know, I have put that link in the chat a couple times, but I think a couple people have joined us.
Yeah, can you put
So
on the-
maybe it'd just be easier at this point if you do want to say something to just let us know in the chat. I'm putting the form there too, but it just seems like that's a long way to go around since we're here.
Right. And know
Anybody
that
has anything
we
they
will
wanna say?
respond to you within 30 days.
Yeah, hopefully it won't be 2 years like this one, but
I don't see anybody. I don't see anything. So
okay, no new business, going once, going twice.
oh, somebody said something.
Oh, but it's a nice thing. I want to
Good,
say
all
thank
right.
you for all your hard work. Thank you, Sherry Rose. I appreciate that too. That's super, super sweet.
And Sherry Rose, thanks for coming to so many webinars. I always see your little smiling face, and I applaud you for your commitment to that. Sorry to interrupt.
That's amazing. Well, this has been a wonderful business meeting, and hopefully next year we'll be in person, but I think we'll also do it virtually as well for anyone who can't make the business meeting. I think making it available to as many people in as many ways as possible is a goal of the INA. So without further ado, I'm going to ask for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
A motion to adjourn the meeting at, oh, hang on, I've got to convert time.
11:08.
11:08. Or 4:08 GMT time.
I second that motion, Krista.
All in favor, say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Sorry, Rachel.
Give me just a moment. I'm sorry, I'm still kind of catching up.
1, 2.
Just a second, bye.
Krista. This is so much harder for the secretary virtually.
Yes.
Okay, yes, can we have a hand raise again for motion to adjourn the meeting?
It was Helen made the motion.
To Krista, do I see a hand? Oh, you already seconded.
His hand is up. Aline's hand is up.
5, 6. I cannot see digital hand raises. I don't know why. I'm sorry. Right, I have 6 currently.
1,
Eyes.
2, 3,
Good.
4, 5, 6, 7.
7.
Had her hand up too.
Okay. Nays. Does anyone object?
Oh, yeah. All opposed, say nay or raise your hand.
0.
0. Any abstentions? Okay, the meeting is officially adjourned at 11:08. Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate all of our members, and I just want to mention one last time, I say it at every presence report, but my door is always open. If you have any questions, problems, concerns, or just want to say hi, please send me an email, give me a call. We are a very open board, and if there's something you want to address with the entire board, we can do that as well. I think we really want to listen to our members. We really want to listen to people who even aren't our members, but want to share something with us, because we will only grow when we hear some constructive. But on that note, just a bunch of complaining won't necessarily help. If you have something that's a problem, please give us some constructive ideas of things we can do to make things better, because that is always much more helpful than just saying this stinks and that stinks. We know some things stink, but we really want to know what we can do to make it better, because and some action steps that will make a huge difference. And so thank you so much for coming.